Welcome back to the Precision Drone Mapping series. In the last two lessons, we covered how to plan and fly your mapping missions, and today it's time to take all that data, all those photos you collected, and process them into useful maps and models. Now, before we dive into it, I want to mention there are many great tools out there for processing drone mapping data. Some popular alternatives to WebODM include Drone Deploy, Pix4D, Agisoft Metashape, and Reality Capture, all powerful in their own right. But after running a survey, the overwhelming feedback was clear. You wanted a cost-effective solution that worked across Windows, Mac, and Linux, and that's why we're using WebODM, a fantastic open source option that checks all those boxes. Now, when it comes to getting WebODM, you have a few options. Manual installation is totally free, but requires some technical skills with Docker and command line setup. The pre-built installer, a paid option, but very easy to set up. If you have a powerful computer, this might be your best choice. Or there's WebODM Cloud, where it's hosted for you online, it's easy, affordable, and no expensive hardware is needed. For today's lesson, we're going to focus on WebODM Cloud because it's quick to start with and it even makes it easy to share your results online. A quick tip, if you're signing up for WebODM Cloud, make sure to use the link I've put in the description. You'll get 250 free credits instead of the usual 150. Okay, let's head over to webodm.net and create an account using that link. Then click on the Cloud Platform button. Once you're in, let's create a new project by clicking the Add Project button. Give the project a name and click the Create Project. Now push the button that says Select Images and GCP next to the project name. Navigate to the folder with the files you want to process. Select All using Ctrl-A or Command-A on a Mac and press Open. A map will be displayed showing the location of where the photos were taken, and you can use this to verify that all is in the correct location and that there are no holes in the data. The default name will be based on the location and date, but you can change that to something more meaningful if you prefer. Leave the processing node alone. Here you can do a drop down to select a number of different processing options, but unless you have something specific, just leave it as default and it will generate everything including 2D and 3D models. You can also hit the edit button and get into the weeds on all sorts of options, and there are some times that you might need to do this, and I will cover some of those in the final video of the series for troubleshooting and best practices. But for now, let's just use the default option. Leave resize images set as no and hit review and then start processing. The files will be uploaded and processing will start. You should stay on this screen until the upload is complete, but once it says processing, you can safely navigate away from the screen. I'm actually going to process two maps of the same location in the same project because when you do that, the system will allow you to compare them one against the other, and I'll show how to do that once the processing is complete. Once WebODM finishes processing, you will receive an email letting you know, and when you go back, you'll find a complete 2D orthophoto map and a 3D model and even elevation data, all viewable right inside your browser. And here's the cool part. You can actually share your maps directly online straight from WebODM Cloud. No need to download huge files or set up complicated servers. Just enter the project, click on the View Map and grab the Share link from the right-hand corner. You can then send it to your client or team. If you've not signed up for a paid plan, then this data will disappear in a few days. But if you do pay for the full plan, then you'll have access to this until you turn it off. But you saw earlier that I processed two maps into a single project. So let's have a look at how we can compare those two data sets. There are actually two ways to view the maps. One is to open a map and click on the View Map button. But you'll see there's also a View Map option above the processed maps. And if you click on that, it will allow you to open all of the maps at the same time. So let's take a look and see how that works. Once you've opened the map in the multi-map view, click on the Layers panel on the top right-hand corner. There you'll see each map laid out, and you can turn the maps on and off by checking the box next to it. Or you can turn multiple maps on by checking more than one box. Now, if you want to get a split view, make sure you've got two highlighted and then click on this little line that says side by side. A line will appear in the middle with a slider, and you can slide this backwards and forwards to keep one on one side, one on the other, and just compare between the two. You can also zoom in and out, and it will always keep the two maps in alignment. So this makes it very easy to compare one map to another. And that's it for lesson 3. Now you know how to take your raw drone photos, turn them into real useful mapping products using WebODM Cloud, and how to compare multiple maps right inside your project. And with the ability to share right from within the WebODM Cloud platform, this might be all you need. However, I usually find that my clients need more than that, and we usually provide not just the ortho and 3D images, but regular images, 360 panoramas, and video from key points around the site. And in lesson 4, we'll show you how to put all of that into a single web portal, complete with the ability to place these additional assets on the map, making it super easy for the client to access everything in one place, keeping everything easy and professional. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next lesson, and we'll see you in the next video.